Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for another Postcard of the Week. This week, I'm anxious to introduce our friend Bob Toal from the state of Maryland. He's a longtime collector and writer and has an intense interest in the early postcards, the ones, the granddaddies of what we collect with our hometowns and things like that. Bob, please tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about on Saturday, and we're anxious to hear.
Well, Hal, thank you. Thank both of you. The topic's going to be on the origins of postcards. In other words, a history of the beginnings of how postcards came to be in this country. From 1848 through 1896, I'm going to cover examples of postcards. And the one I brought today to show is an 1896 example of a set of 12 postcards from Boston. This is a card example from the American Souvenir Company of Boston. And the card is one of a set of 12 that was produced in 1896 and sold locally in Boston. The challenge of making and selling cards is basically educating the public as to what a postcard was and how to use it. And this particular card is a sample card, which has a text on it describing what a postcard is. And basically, they chose the one from Greetings from Harvard. And it says, I'm a sample of the souvenir postal card. There are 12 kinds of me, 4 of which are Harvard cards. I could do you a clever service as a means of invitation for class day or commencement, as a souvenir for visiting friends or correspondence. Besides, I'm tasty and inexpensive. I'm found in quantities at J.F. Olson and Company, art store, Harvard Square. The card was produced in a set of 12, 4 of Harvard and 8 of other areas surroundingly, and some are the battlefields from Revolution. And the whole goal, obviously, was to get a market to sell these cards. And this was 1896, and lo and behold, they did a good job, and the card sold for 20 years unchanged. So this same card, not with this advertising on it, but with the same exact card can be found from 1896 through 20 years later, used. Now, what happened was, because postcard laws changed over time, the backs of these postcards look different. And there are actually 12 different backs reported on these cards, which I was able to figure out over time. When you look at postcards and its origins from 1848, initially they were advertising cards for businesses. Then the Columbian Exposition came about in 1893, where actually tourists who went to the Columbian Expo were able to buy souvenir cards. And there were 20 million tourists, and they loved the high quality cards. The Boston got the idea, the J.F. Olson Company got the idea and worked with the Armstrong Company to get a set of 12 cards produced. They were able to do high quality cards as well and got the ball rolling on private postcards. Yeah, what the talk is going to do is cover, give visual examples of cards by decade. And it turns out over a period of time, even though the floodgates for postcards started in 1872, the collector market and or dealer market didn't really start until 1880. There are examples of cards that were marketed to collectors and businesses to use for their advertising. And there was a set of 20 cards, very colorful cards made in 1880 that were used for advertising businesses. And following that, in 1885, there were another set of cards used with calendar cards advertising businesses. But those were advertising. And it wasn't really until early 1893 that private view cards started to come into play. One with Pikes Peak, one with the White Mountains of New Hampshire. And then later there was Niagara Falls postcards and a set of them. They weren't real pretty, but they were all that visitors had to choose from to send messages home. Until 1896, this card came out with its set. It was changed the landscape of the market. Now, one other thing which is something that I'm interested in is what really held cards back was the Postal Service's insistence that a private card with a message pay more than a government card with a message. And that kind of held back the market. And it wasn't until 1898 when that market changed, when the Postal Service allowed postcards to be mailed at the same rate as government cards with a message.
Wow, thank you, Bob. Uh, that's tempting and it'll be instructive and just so interesting thinking about the origins of postcards and the everything that we collect and enjoy today. Please join us this coming Saturday, October 5, and we'll see you at 1:45 p.m. Central Time. Check your calendars and mark us down, and we'll see you this Saturday. Bye bye, and thank you.